Hi everybody. So this video is going to be to walk you guys through your syllabus and your course calendar, and I'm going to do this as quickly as possible. There is going to be a quiz associated with this information, and as you can see, this video will live here where you can always see it. If you ever need to access the syllabus or the course calendar, the information is over here on the syllabus tab, as well as within the module itself. So just to walk you guys through, I'll show you real quick, sorry. In the modules. It's here in week 1. And as you see, the same video will be available in this tab right here. So just to start you guys off, this is Lit 210. It runs from January 25th through May 13th. Last day for course withdrawal is April 8th, and your final exam will be available to you between May 10th and 12th. My name is Brittany Estes, as I said, and if you need to email me, Canvas email really is the best way to do that. It's what I prefer. It's what I ask that you guys do. I've included my other email just in case, but Canvas email is exactly how I'll be communicating with you guys, and it's what I'll check every single day. So that's how you can get a guaranteed response within 24 hours. And then if you need it, online office hours are available upon student request. I just said I'll respond within 24 hours, and just make sure that you have access to your student email just in case Canvas goes down, but it is how I'll be communicating with you guys every single week. And you'll need to make sure that you are checking that inbox just to make sure that if there's any communications, you are aware of them in a timely manner. So this course does have a built-in textbook. This is available through MindTap, so you don't really need to do anything. I believe it's already here included in the course, and you'll see it in the modules tab. And I have another video that'll walk you through how to use Canvas and how to access the textbook. But all the text will be available to you guys through there. And for the health and safety protocols, this is something that is now standard here due to COVID. So you guys can kind of read this for yourself. Make sure you're practicing, safe practices, and communicating with the college really is most important. A lot of this is more for the on-site experience, but if you are in contact with anyone with COVID, or you've been exposed, or you have COVID or anything like that, all of that needs to work through the college. So that's really important. If you need some type of accommodation or something like that, that does need to go through the college first. We have been told that when we get a notice that says, a student is quarantined due to potential exposure, and they're not expected to not be on site at school, that does not negate the online coursework. So you will be expected to maintain your online coursework if you're quarantining due to expected exposure. If you need it, all the prerequisites and the outcomes and the learning outcomes are available to you here, but really this course looks at different literary genres across different eras and movements. We're looking at short stories, we're looking at poetry, and we're looking at drama. So we'll be looking at a play. And really we're looking at both the canonical texts and the more marginalized voices. So hopefully you'll learn some new aspects of different texts you haven't read before, as well as the texts that you already know and love. If you guys can kind of read this for yourself, this is an online course, so it just means that you are basically expected to maintain your online etiquette, maintain your awareness that everything you say is in writing, and of course that is available for anyone to read. Make sure that you are being respectful to everyone in the class. Make sure you're being respectful of your instructor, and make sure, of course, you have all the technical competencies that you need. So computer and internet would be very important. Make sure that you have access to Canvas, access to your Canvas email and your student email. The one thing that you do need for this course is a Microsoft Word. So you can get that for free through the college. You can get it with your student credentials, but you do need to turn in your major essays and writing assignments as Word docs, and that is for a very simple reason that certain document types don't read or change the formatting when you upload them. So I want to make sure that everybody has the same formatting, the same requirements. Things like length requirements and margins will be changed if you do a PDF or a text file. So that is why Word is absolutely required for the course. So make sure you have that if you don't have it already. And make sure that you have access to Canvas support if you need it. So that information is right here. If Canvas goes down or something happens, make sure you reach out to the support team and they'll be able to help you. You'll spend roughly, 3 hours roughly in the course a week with all readings and assignments. You guys can read the Netiquette for yourself. Make sure that, again, like I said, you're respecting everyone online and respecting the course and the instructor as well. There is an online attendance policy, so this is per Garden City. If you are missing, I believe it's more than 15% of the instruction, I believe the instructor has the right to drop you from the course. So just make sure that you are staying on top of things, make sure you're communicating with me as the instructor, make sure you are completing your assignments on a weekly basis, and you should be good. Makeup work and late work policies, there is a no late work policy. And that is because the way the course is structured, you are able to work at the pace that best suits you. There is a weekly set of assignments. They're due on the Sunday night of each week at 11:59 p.m. You can work ahead. You'll have access to all of the weekly modules within a single unit. So that's like the first 5 or 6 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, I believe, and then the next 4 or 5 weeks and the last few weeks. So this is really designed because everybody has different schedules, different priorities, and especially with everything that's going on right now, that's more true than ever. So you are expected to do your work in a timely manner each week, but the days on which you work, the times at which you work is totally up to you. And like I said, it is not a heavy workload each week. It's about 3 hours a week between the readings and the writing and whatever you might need to be doing. Along the same line, recycled work is not accepted. So you cannot reuse work from a previous class or within this own class. So say you do an earlier assignment and you want to use it as the basis for another assignment. You cannot simply copy and paste and recycle that work. That is a form of self-plagiarism and it's not allowed. Now, all of that said, I know we're in COVID, things do happen. If there is an extenuating circumstance, and I mean absolutely extenuating, then a little extra time can be given. To do that, you do need to have a notice in advance. So you cannot email me on a Sunday night at, say, 9 o'clock and say you need more time. That's not gonna work. It needs to be well in advance of the deadline. It needs to have a valid reason with documentation, and that instructor permission needs to be given for an assignment. Now, again, like I said, I know COVID happens. We're trying to be as understanding and lenient as possible, but you do have the ability to work throughout the week when it's best for you. So just try to stay ahead of your assignments. Like I said, it's not a huge, heavy workload. I've taken out assignments that I would normally include with the understanding that we are in a very unusual situation. You guys can read the rest. Just make sure your work kind of meets college requirements. The one thing you do need to know is that essays are formal MLA requirements are involved, so you do need to have double-spaced 12-point font, Times New Roman, Arial, or Cambria, or Calibri, 1-inch margins all around, page numbers in the top right corner, and header in the top left corner. All of that MLA information will be given to you at a later date as well. Just wanted to send out a quick reminder that is how we'll be working on major essays in this class. And there is a college caveat here, giving caveat that if an assignment is deemed unacceptable, that just means that the work will be given no credit. Plagiarism, very simple. Please don't do it. Plagiarizing, of course, is using anyone's words or ideas without giving them credit. So make sure that you are not plagiarizing. Make sure you're not copying from the internet, copying another student's work, or copying your own work. Make sure that you are not, like I said, reusing content from other assignments, from other courses, or this course. It's very simple. Don't plagiarize. It's not worth it. We do use a plagiarism detection tool. It is very, very good. It will show us not only the sections that are matched to an internet source. It will take us to the internet source. It will highlight it for us. It will also show us other work from other students in any other course, not just within Garden City, but other ones as well. And it will show us, obviously, your own previous work as well. So very simple. Please don't do it. If you do it, you can receive a 0 for the assignment. You can receive a 0 failing grade for the course. You can be kicked out of the course. You can lose, extracurricular activity responsibilities or eligibility. It's just too many things that really aren't worth it for a couple of page paper, 3 to 4 page paper. So that is my request of you guys. Just please don't plagiarize. Computation of grades. So you guys can see your grade book throughout the semester. I'll keep it as updated as I possibly can. And you will be able to kind of see your weighted grade. So this is a weighted grade. So it's not a total, it's not a point total. It is weighted by category. So as a general rule, you guys know the grade breakdown. In this course, your essay number 1 will be worth 20%, your essay number 2 is worth 20%, and your essay number 3 is worth 15%. So there's 3 major units. The first one is short stories, the second one is poetry, and the third one is drama. There's also a required final exam. That is 10%, and weighted, your quizzes are 10% in total. Discussion boards are 5%. Journals are 5%. Your major writing assignments are 10%, and then participation is 5%. Participation is very simple. As long as you're participating, doing your assignments, you'll get the 5%. Communicating with me as well. And the discussion boards, just so you know the differentiation, discussion board is something that is open to everyone, so it's kind of an open forum. The journals are basically like blogs. They're like private journal entries that are unique to you and no one else sees except for, of course, your instructor. And that brings your total to 100%. Everything is going to be announced to you on a weekly basis. You'll also have access to the course calendar. Like I said, you are able to work ahead if you want within a unit. So you're able to, if you say you know something is coming up, so you know you have a family holiday or something that you need to focus on in 2 weeks, you can actually work ahead within the unit, complete your assignments early, and make sure you have time to focus on those other things as well. Your final exam, everything was going to be announced to you on a weekly basis. I will send you a weekly email which outlines the assignments, reminds you of the deadline, which is each week Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. And it kind of outlines what the reading assignments and the graded assignments are for the week. There is an extra credit available to you guys at the end of the semester. That is 1 or 2 small assignments will be worth some points on your final essay grade and your overall grade as well. And like I said, your final exam will be available to you guys from May 10th to May 12th. There are online course evals after the midterms, and I believe that's available through Canvas. And from the college, just make sure that you are adhering to all of the academic ethics and guidelines that you agree to as a student at the college. This really goes back to things like don't plagiarize. ADA and equal access, if you need accommodations, that is a possibility. Absolutely. You just need to work through the Office of Accommodations, and they will provide paperwork that needs to be signed, and those accommodations will be adhered to. Equal opportunity, of course, this is open to everyone, so make sure that you are respectful of everyone, regardless of race, religion, color, sex, anything. And copyright, of course, this is all subject to modification should things like things arise like COVID concerns. So this spring 2021 course calendar, I'm giving you guys just a general outline of each week's assignments. This is not gospel. This is subject to change. Like I said, if something happens, just like last spring semester when COVID hit and things had to change, we lost a couple of weeks in the semester. Certain assignments got taken out, certain assignments got added. So, but you'll come and see basically that the first 4 or 5 weeks is your first unit. So each week, like I said, the assignment is due on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. with the exception of the first week. So knowing that it takes a little bit to settle into a course, you need some time. I am making the first and the second week's assignments due at the same time. So that is due on Sunday, February 7th at 11:59 p.m. That is 2 weeks out from the start of this course. And that will really help you guys get just the introductory content, understanding the basics, the MLA, introducing yourself, and then looking at some of the first texts that you're going to read. What's Hemingway, Hills, Black White Elephants, The Story of an Hour, so on and so forth. In the third week, you guys are going to start diving into some of the content around different literary theories. You'll also be reading 3 different short stories that week. So one is John Updike's A&P, Amy Tan's Two Kinds, and Alice Walker's Everyday Use. And then in the fourth week, we'll be kind of wrapping up our readings. So we'll be looking at Studying in POV. So we'll look at The Cask of Amontillado by Poe, and we'll look at Shirley Jackson's The Lottery. You'll complete an outline, and then in week 5, you'll work on you get the assignment sheet first, and then you'll complete an outline. I've switched that. And then you'll work on the final draft of your essay, and that essay will be due on Sunday, February 28th. Then unit number 2 will open on March 1st at 9 a.m. You'll have access to all of the weeks within the unit. And that one is really focused on poetry. So you're going to read a lot of different poems. They're all very, very short. So you'll be looking at things like The Road Not Taken by Robert Frost, and just selections of poetry that I've pieced together around certain subject matter, whether that's structures, syntax, voice, figures of speech, imagery, and so on. So you see that you'll work in weeks 6 and 7 on different selections of poems. Week 8 is your spring break, so there is no work that week at all. So please enjoy your spring break, relax, enjoy your time off. And when you come back, we'll be finishing up the last bit of our readings around sound and theme, so on and so forth. Your week 10 is going to be focused on allowing you time to really work on your second essay, and that essay will be due on Sunday, April 5th at 11:59 p.m. And then the last unit will open on, I believe, what did I say? Sorry, April 4th. It's due on Sunday, April 4th. The next unit will be open on April 5th, which is a Monday. And that is really focused on drama. So we'll be reading one play. We'll be reading Death of a Salesman, which you've probably heard of, maybe have even read in other courses. But we'll be working through the first act that first week on April 11th. And then Act 2, Part 1 the next week. And then Act 2, Part 2 that week 13. And then by Sunday, May 2nd, you'll be submitting your third essay. And then you'll actually have a dead week after that to kind of study for your final exam. And then your final exam will be available to you from May 10th to May 12th. It's a 3-day window. You have 2 hours to take the exam anywhere in that window at your leisure. And you have an extra credit assignment that will be available to you and due by May 12th at 11:59 p.m. So that is basically the walkthrough of your syllabus and your course calendar. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, make sure you know how to access this and go ahead and move on to your quiz.